Hi everyone, here's Wenze. Today we will explain our credit risk predict classification model with responsible AI based on M4 practical hackathon. To build a robust and fair loan approval model, we start with data preprocessing and feature engineering. The dataset was first cleaned to handle missing values and map categorical variables that could enhance the predictive power. We do correlation analysis to find the high relevant features to the target variable loan status and uh, uh, manual carefully select the most important features based on their correlation with loan approval. We all know and avoiding multi-collinearity. These features are loan end rate, loan amount, loan person income, credit score, and CB person credit history length. After the feature engineering, we address outlier detection and handling here, and extreme values can distort the model prediction. So we apply two key rules to remove outliers for numerical variables. This impact of these steps was visualized using box plot before and after outliers removal, confirming that we successfully reduce the extreme values while preserving the key patterns in the data. And next, we track the class imbalance as the dataset has significantly more proof than the reject loans. We use mode to generate the synthetic samples for the majority class, ensuring the model learned a balanced decision-making approach without favoring approvals over rejections. After applying mode, we verified the updated class distributions through a count plot, which showed a more balanced dataset and used the selected features with these five to build a model and take care of the model overfitting issues. For model training, we select that GBM gradient boosting algorithm known for efficiency and high performance. To optimize the model, we perform a hyperparameter turning using Optuna, running certain trials to maximize ROC and AUC score. The best parameter were the select to ensure the strong predictive power. Once the model was trained, we evaluate the performance through the multiple validation metrics, and the ROC curves showed and the RUC score of 0.9, you can see here, and indicating the strong predictive accuracy. The confusion metrics illustrate a balanced trade-off between the false positive and the false negatives, confirming that the model was not overly biased towards approval. Additionally, the classification report provided a pressure, recall, and F1 score values, with the model achieving a high F1 score of 0.83. These evaluations confirmed that the model was highly reliable for loan approval predictions. Let's welcome my partner, Chin, to explain responsible AI and other things.
So while the model performance was strong, it was equally important to ensure the fairness and the transparency in decision making. We started by analyzing the feature importance to understand which factors most influence loan approvals. Light GBM is a feature importance ranking, indicated that the loan percent income had the highest impact, followed by the loan interest rate and the credit history length, reinforcing that the financial stability played a really important role in predictions. However, the feature importance alone does not fully explain how individual features influence decisions, prompting further the analysis using SHAP. The SHAP value provided a granular understanding of the feature impact on individual predictions. We found that the lower loan percent income values increased approval chances, while the higher values made the rejection more likely. Similarly, the higher low interest rate significantly decreased approval probabilities, while loan amount had a moderate influence with a mid-range values associated with higher approval likelihood. This insight confirms that the model decision-making aligned with industry best practices in credit risk assessment. So to ensure the compliance with responsible AI principles, we conducted a um, fairness assessment using AIF 360. We measure the demographic parity differences, which shows minus 0.0018 disparity, indicate that the male applicants were approved at a higher rate than the female applicants. The statistical parity ratio is 0.67, further confirmed that the women were receiving disproportionately fewer approvals. Lastly, the equalized odds difference of 0 suggested that the false positive and the false negative rates were relatively balanced across demographic groups. Although gender was not used as a feature in our model, this bias could stem from the indirect correlations with other variables. And then we use line to analyze the individual loan decisions. The output shows that the model assigned a 53% probability of approval and for 47% for rejection. The key feature importance include the loan percent income, which is minus 0.08, and the credit history length, which is minus 0.49, which contributed positively to approval. In contrast, interest rate, which is 0.2, increased the rejection likelihood, while loan amount, which is 0.08, and the credit score, 0.46, had a slight positive impact. To validate the model explanation further, we implemented the permutation importance and the partial dependence plots. Permutation importance confers that the long percent income, long interest rate, and the credit history length were the most critical predictors, aligning with our earlier analysis, and the partial dependence plots reveal a strong negative relationship between loan interest rate and approvals, while loan amount had a nonlinear effect where the moderate amounts had a high approval probability. Ensuring the fairness in loan approval is crucial for responsible AI. Our dataset shows an imbalance in approval rates between the male and female applicants, raising the concerns about bias. Using the AIF 360 toolkit, we evaluated the fairness metrics and found a demographic parity differences of minus 0.18 and a statistical parity ratio of 0.67, indicating the lower approval rates for female applicants. However, the equalized odds differences was 0, suggesting that the model treats similar applicants fairly. To address this bias, we recommend that the reweighting training samples incorporating the fairness-aware algorithms and monitoring outcomes by integrating the fairness metrics and the interpretability tools like SHAP and Line. We ensure that our model is both accurate and ethically responsible, supporting the transparent and the fair lending decisions. Thank you so much.